What is up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. It is Monday, May 25th. Hope everybody has had a good weekend, stayed safe, tried to enjoy Memorial Day as normal as possible, but keeping yourselves healthy and protecting yourself obviously from this virus. But want to start off by saying thank you to everyone, um, especially everyone on the front lines that have battled through all of this mess. To all of our servicemen and women that have served or are currently serving. Um, you know, this the year 2020 and the past 3 months has really changed everyone's lives. Whether it's those that aren't working, um, or those that are working and having to sacrifice and whether they have to quarantine from their families or put themselves at risk. This year has been completely crazy, completely unexpected. Um, it's really humbling, and just goes to show you that anything can happen at any time, guys. And I'm speaking on the virus, but this goes above and beyond anything that I've ever lived through. 9/11 was huge, but we had the firefighters and EMS and the police officers on the front line there. But this has affected literally the whole world, and it's just crazy. Um, what's up, Jake? Well, tell your dad I said thank you. I have family that have served as well. My father-in-law was in the army. Um, my uncle was actually a POW in the Korean War for 18 months. So I do know the sacrifices that families, go through. Um, but anyway, this day is to remember all those people, um, and just keep them all in our memories, because whether we have a direct connection with anyone or not, they are out there risking their lives, whether it's nurses or a soldier on the front line with a firearm at war. Um, this coronavirus is just like a war, and without those people, you know, we'd be in a world of mess even more than we already are. So, just thank you to everybody. Um, Again, I hope everybody's had a good weekend. Uh, Back to work tomorrow for those of us that are working. Um, this is going to be kind of like a mashup of sorts, because I don't have really one topic that I want to discuss. Um, Rob, that's actually one topic that I had, because I know it is the hot topic right now, so I will discuss it. And that topic, for anyone that's wondering what I'm talking about that isn't looking at chat, it's the TOPS Project 2020. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's crazy. Um, I I seen the cards, and there's some of them that I really really like the look of, but I never expected. Hey, what's up, Brent? Or Level Jumper? Let me go by the right name. um, I, I don't know what to think about this Project 2020. And let me go over here and bring the screen up. Um, we'll do like we always do and just look at some numbers on these things. Um, Let me get my chat popped out here. I'm gonna tell you, I think some of them are really cool. I actually bought one last night. It's the Ben Baller Mike Trout. Um, And I don't know if the guy's going to ship it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if he's going to ship it. Because I snagged it at 50 bucks. And I was noticing that ones that I had on watch, they had increased their prices. And I seen one that hadn't, so I went ahead and bought it. Now the question is, do I get a cancellation request and he tell me, oh, I don't have it anymore, or whatever the excuse may be? But these cards, I think, like this here, 150 bucks. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this one. This Griffey's okay, but $524. If I was gonna pay $524, I would just buy his rookie card. Yeah, level. These prices are crazy. Um, 650 bucks for a Frank Thomas. Um, these aren't even their rookie cards. Yeah, and I get that, Omari, and I think it's a really cool idea. I don't know. It blows my mind. Like, this is the one I bought. I really like the look of this. I don't own a Trout. I never probably will own a Trout update rookie. So I thought, you know what? I like this design. The guy did a really good job on it. But like this, I mean, Kovacs don't even have a face, and people's paying 150 bucks for it. The ones today was who was it? Nolan Ryan and Griffey, and Griffey looks like a kid drew it, and I just that doesn't appeal to me. I like the Ben Baller designs. I think he does a pretty cool job. Let's see. Here's another one. There's no face, and I guess maybe that's just that artist style, which um, I completely understand that. Um, but I'm gonna tell you guys, let's go to highest price because I think there's some that are like going for $4,000 or something like that. Right here. And if y'all are wondering why I'm looking at this instead of 130 point, we got a problem. It's became too popular and it now exceeds the daily limit and it has to have a reset timer. So we can't use 130 point right now. So I'm just going through here. Look at this. Cards number 1 through 50. $12,000. I think these cards were 20 bucks a piece if I'm not mistaken. So you got $1,000 in cards, $1,000 in cards, and $12,000. So yeah, I mean, my fear is, and I'm gonna warn you guys, and this is just my personal opinion. What number are we on right now? I don't even know what number they're at right now. I think it's like number 80 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Um, but I think that it's gotten so out of hand with the prices on them that people are going to expect to be making $200, $300, $400 off of every one that they buy. And I don't see that being the case because as the pops keep going up and as more people keep buying into this, I don't see. I mean, I guess if you can buy it for 20, sell it for 40, you're doubling your money. But don't expect these crazy prices. I mean, um, let's see. Those are 101s. Like the Ichiro right here. This is the first one. The print run was 1,300. And it's going for around $4,000. But if the pops keep going up on them, don't expect to hit another 4,000. I think I might look for like the Griffey Ben Baller. I want to see what he does with that. I don't think he's done that one yet. The Jeter Ben Baller could be cool. I really like his designs, but I think for like myself, I'm just gonna look for specific ones that I like. I'm not gonna buy them to try to flip them, and I might be stupid, but um, I don't know. I don't know. It blows my mind really. Um, like that, a Dwight Gooden, $4,000 or $3,500. Um, I think you could buy a pristine black label Dwight Gooden for $3,500. I mean, it would just be a guess. I don't know exactly how much that would go for, but I would much rather have the real Dwight in a black label than this, because what is it, 20 different artists, so there's going to be 20 different artistic variations of the Dwight Gooden or the Jeter or Ichiro or whatever. So I really think it was a cool idea. I didn't quite understand the concept at first. Now that I know the concept, it's a cool idea. But these prices, I think, are just, they're crazy. But that's my personal opinion. You know, I'm not going to judge somebody if they want to go spend $3,000 on an Ichiro. Um, I would prefer to go spend that on his actual rookie, but I'm a card collector. I'm not an art collector. So I guess that's why that's my view of it. And yeah, of course, this does have a low print run, 1334. Um, but personally, I would like to just have his regular rookie. And that's just me. I bought the Trout because I can't just go buy a Trout update. Um, and I thought the design of it was cool, but you know these prices, those are the ones I think are crazy. If I spent 50 on the Ben Baller Trout, so that person made what, 2.5 times their money. I'm willing to pay that. I'll pay $50 for one if there's one I really like that I don't get. But 3,000, that just seems crazy to me. And some of them just don't appeal to me. Like this Trout, I know it's expensive, but I did not like the crazy arm one. I didn't like it at all. Um, but obviously, a lot of people do. So, I think it appeals to some people and some it won't. Um, it was very shocking to see the prices of them, but you know, it's a cool idea. I'll give Tops that. A lot of the stuff they come up with, I don't really care for. Um, but I think this was a cool idea. Like somebody said, get the artist world, the art world, and the sports world together, and I think it was cool. Prices are crazy, but I'm sure if Tops knew that an Ichiro would sell for $3,000, they wouldn't have sold him for $20. I mean, they would have they would have took advantage of that. But who knows? We'll see how the prices hold in the future. But anyway, um, something I promised you guys. Um, I said I was going to release it this weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Those that have reached out to me, I've gave them the code already. Um, Please do me a favor. The first code got used up. It had a limited number of uses. That's why I've kept this one private. Um, I've shared it with a few people that have reached out to me. I asked them politely to not share it until I was able to make it public. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I do have a code for SGC. So if you were planning on making an order, I've had this code now for a little over a week, I think, and I've gave it out to a few people. It has a limited number of uses. I'll type it in the chat so you guys can have it. Limited number of uses. Please only use once. 10% off code SGC equals 10 bobbles. Central, you're already getting a discount on the bulk, and they have to approve, they have to give you a code to enter to get the discount for bulk. So no, you can't use two codes. There it is, guys. That's the new code. I do apologize for those that have waited patiently that when the new code got used up and I was told it was going to be reactivated and everything. They finally got it fixed and he had to make a new code. So there's the code. It's for 10% off. It's 10 bobbles. It's just like my last one, except the 10 is in the front instead of the rear. Please only use it once. It does have a limited number. He didn't tell me the first time that it had a limited number of uses. This one has 75 uses. I've shared it with, I believe, about 10 people so far. So there should be about 65 uses left. So there you go, guys. If you want to try SGC out, or if you got an order ready to go out or whatever, save yourself 10%. Speaking on SGC, I want to go over here real quick. Let's see, SGC 10. Oh, ended recently. I talked about this a few days ago, about auctions and prices, and I'm going to bring this one up because this is the biggest one that I don't understand right now. I don't quite understand Boba Fett because somebody, people are selling them for 30 to 40 bucks. You see here 35, 44. Let's see. That was a pristine $30. To be honest with you, I think these prices are probably acceptable. What I'm scared of, though, is when you go and look at this. And I talked about this before to you guys, so I want to just show it again. Why is these selling, look at that, $151? How in the hell is this card a $150 card? Because of this little red border slip in there. How is that $150? I'm going to tell you guys, SGC and BGS, I think, have the more realistic prices on them right now. When I started using SGC, I had this mindset that I was going to try to push the market. I can't for sure say that I was the first one to get a bulk submission back, but I had a lot of cards in that first submission that I got up, and they were moving pretty good. The market was kind of shifting a little bit. And now that there's more on the market, I thought that it was actually going to help push the market. But I think what's happened is there's so many people that are getting SGC cards back now. They're fighting with each other and battling to flip them quickly. And it's actually hurting the market. I was hoping that the more that got in there from SGC was going to help push the prices up. But I think people are undercutting each other and just chopping each other down. And it makes no sense to me. This is dumb. I think BGS and SGC have the more realistic value of a card right now. And here's what BGS 9.5s go for. $40. These are non-subgrades. $35. Let's see. That's a rainbow foil. $45. So SGC and BGS 9.5s are coming in about equal, and PSAs are coming in 3 times as much. So this is all I've got to say. If you collect PSAs and you want PSA in your modern card collection, that's perfectly fine. But I really, really, really would love someone to tell me, what in the hell is so special about the plastic that they use and that red border slip to make it so much more expensive? Because I really, really, really would love to know. They're all encapsulated in a plastic sonic welded case with a slip inside that gives a grade. They are all made out of the same cardboard. What in the hell is SGC or is PSA infusing their slabs with gold? Because there's no reason for this. So I think BGS and SGC have a more real pricing value right now, and PSA people might be going bonkers. And I will not buy a PSA 10. I've showed y'all I'll buy 9s of older cards. I'll buy 8s if the 9 is out of my value, and I can't find it in an SGC. But I'll be damned if I'm going to pay PSA 10 prices for this new stuff. It has gotten outrageous, and it makes absolutely 0 sense. And level, I do not see a pristine on here. I know there was one for sale, but they had it for like $500 or something like that. Yeah, right here, 500 or best offer. Honestly, Rip, the subgrades are cool, but I personally don't like them, because it's that little tricky thing. And Level Jumper just got back a huge order from BGS. And it's that tricky little thing. If you have a pristine card, what are they saying? Are they that fine-eyed that they can tell you a half a point difference between this card? Now, let's look at this card, okay? It said the corners were a 9.5. Now, a 9.5. But everything else got a 10. So what could make this, and obviously I can't tell in this picture, but what constituted that half point to keep this from being the black label? And that's my other argument. How is this pristine, but yet a black label is pristine? You don't have 2 gem mints, which technically I guess you kind of do. Me and my wife were discussing this. People pay a premium for a gem mint that has a 10 subgrade. They'll pay more for a gem mint that has all 9 5s. And then they'll pay less for a gem mint that has a 9 subgrade. So really, you got like, I don't even remember what it came out to be, but it was like 12 or 16 different variations of what a gem mint could be. Because on a pristine, you got to have 3 10s. You could have 2 10s, 2 9 5s. You could have 2 10s, a 9 5, a 9. I mean, there's so many different variations there that the subgrades are making it look like there's like 16 different ways to get a gem mint. And then to get a black label, all they got to say is, no, the edge is a 9 5, but everything else is a 10. Or the centering, well, centering is, that's a non-questionable thing because centering has to be 50-50 on a pristine. But the surface, the edges, the corners, I mean, what are they seeing to dock at a half a point? And how do you get 16 or whatever? I can't even remember what I figured up. It's a good bit of ratio of how the combinations of the subgrades could be to constitute still a gem mint. So you have many different variations. I would rather it just be gem mint, pristine, mint plus, mint, near mint, whatever, and just lose these 4 little subgrades. I'll tell you, the fact that BGS even went to a slip that doesn't have subgrades on it anyway tells you that the subgrades sometimes are just, to me, I think they're just put on there. Because why else would they, if they're going to take the time to grade the card and they put it on everything else, then why wouldn't they just put it on everything? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But is a PSA 10 level? I don't know if the BGS 10. I don't know what it's going to go for because there's only one up for 500 or best offer. Yeah, and see, that's the interesting thing. Like Level's saying, most people aren't willing to pay extra for the subs. But just, what, I don't know, a year ago, a card without the subs on it sold way less than a card with the subs. You could have a 9 sub, but as long as that card had the subs on it, people would pay more. And that didn't make any sense to me. A gem mint is a gem mint. I mean, the only thing that I think would be nice, and I actually had an idea that I wanted to see. Because we're sitting here, we're discussing PSA and SGC and BGS, right? And PSA, I honestly, I want to take one of my Bobblesands, one of my 10s from SGC, and I want to do an experiment for you guys. I actually thought about sending it to PSA. Take an SGC 10, I'm not going to crack it, I want to send it to PSA and do a crossover. But I want to demand them tell me what is wrong with the card if they do not give it a PSA 10. Because I would almost be willing to bet that just because it is going to come from an SGC slab, PSA is not going to want to give it the same grade as the SGC. But it would be an interesting experiment. And if they want to give it a 9, I want them to tell me why they gave it a 9. And I'm going to make sure, if I do this, and I'm really thinking about doing this, I'm going to take several photos. That way, I know what that card looked like in that slab when it left here. And then I want them to see. And if they give it a 10, then I want somebody to tell me how in the hell my SGC 10 was only worth $40 But this piece of gold in a PSA slab I could sell for 130. And if that's the case, then why aren't PSA people buying up all the SGC cards and just sending them to PSA? Because if you can get 4 times the price or 3 times the price for $10, you can buy it for 40, spend $10 to grade it, you got 50 invested and sell it for 130, 140. To me, that's dumb. So, it doesn't make any sense, and I'm seriously thinking about sending one just to prove there's not a damn bit of difference in the cards. It's all about that piece of plastic. Are we paying for wait time? Is that what people are doing? Are they paying for wait time because they know the seller had to wait 4 to 6 months to get their cards back? I mean, are they compensating these PSA sellers for having to wait so damn long on getting their cards that they're paying a premium on them? Because I don't get any other reason why they're selling for so much. I mean, I'll bring up the LeBron. I got 4 of these. 2019 Prism LeBron James. PSA 10. Now let's look at this. $200 because it's in this slab, right? I've been trying to sell 3 of them for $150 a piece. $50 less. Nobody's bought one. So, I'm telling you, there is something in these little cases that PSA is using. I don't know what it is. They got something in these cases. I don't know. Is it the frosting? I really don't know. Trying to find it here. Yeah, I don't see nothing that's worth it. But I don't get it. I really don't get it. No. She's saying that she's going to stop me. I haven't discussed this with her yet. I just want to send one card to them. I just want to give it a test. I want to send them one card and just tell them to do a crossover. And I want to see, because I can tell you the cards I get back from SGC, I told y'all the one card that surprised me that I got a 10 on. And, like I said, that card, it might have been a common issue. It was very light. But it surprised me that I got a 10 on it. The rest of them, Keston Hira, I thought I was going to get all 10s, but I screwed up. Oh, it's the security hollow? That little thing right there? Well, that's an expensive ass hologram. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do, Greg. I have 10s over here that I can send that are flawless. That was pretty good, Level. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Rip. I heard that as well, and I'm sure other people have heard it. I'll say this again. I don't want SGC to be PSA. I don't want them copying their business model. I don't want them copying the slip. I don't want them copying anything. I want SGC to continue giving the service that they're giving and letting us, the consumer, be happy with the product that we're getting back, and let us be happy with the market that we can set together. I don't want them to be PSA. I tried PSA and I did not like them. That's just my preference. I will buy 9s, 8s, whatever for my collection, but I will never pay them to grade my cards. And that's just a matter of preference. Some people like BGS. I like some BGS cards, but I don't like all of them. And I told you guys my reasoning for that. The main reason I don't like BGS is because their cases, when I go to store them, I just feel like they take up more room and everything. But outside of that, I don't have a problem with BGS. But I just, it's blowing my mind at how this market is right now. And mainly this market, the PSA market, we all know, I mean, this is a piece of cardboard, okay? And it doesn't matter if you put it in this, or if you put it in the PSA slab, this, or if you put it in the SGC slab, this is the same. All this is doing is paying for a service to encapsulate it and grade it, which then increases the value because people know what condition the card is in. It's literally a plastic case. And I know everybody has speculation or a preference on which grading company to use. But I'll tell you from personal perspective, I think SGC does a very, very, very good job and a very consistent job. Level can speak on BGS. I don't speak on them very often. But he can speak on them because I seen some cards that he got back that they said were not a 9. And I don't know what the hell they were looking at. And that's just from me and him because, like I said, he just got a big order. So I seen it firsthand, and it didn't make any sense to me. PSA, I've had the same thing. I've sent a card in that I could go on eBay all day long, find a 10 on it. I sent one in that should have been a 10. They gave it a 9. So, you know, it's more of inconsistency. And SGC might ding me with a 9.5 here or there. I thought some of my Keston Heroes were going to be 10s. But I must have missed something. So, you know, it is what it is, guys. I think right now, like I said, I think BGS prices and SGC prices are the more realistic values. Bo Bichette, and here's why. I showed y'all Bo Bichette's price, right? Let's look this up. Okay, I showed y'all a Bo Bichette that went for $150. And Fernando Tatis is right here selling for $70. Now, let me ask you guys, who do you feel is the better player? Is Bo Bichette 2 times as good as Fernando Tatis? Is Bo Bichette going to be worth 2 times Fernando Tatis? Tell me why he's selling for $70. But Bichette's selling for twice as much. Explain that to me. Because Tatis he's a way better player than Bo Bichette. So this is unexplainable. And I know people's going to say, oh, well, the pop's not up yet. Do you think it's not going to get to that? I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But let me ask you this, Greg. Do you think they didn't make as much 2020 Top Series 1 as they did 2019 Top Series 2? Why pay it now? Why pay $130 on a card that you know is going to drop when the pops get higher? And that's another thing. Pop reports are they're so inaccurate that they're laughable. It's supply and demand. Well, here, let me show you this. There's plenty of supply right here. Plenty of supply right here. Look, $50. $50 for a graded 10 Boba. But let's spend $150. $150 on the PSA one. Are you serious right now? $50. $44. I mean, there's plenty of supply. And we can go to PSA. Oh shit, if I could type. One, two, hold on, let's go right here. There's already 103 in a 10. But so Greg, does that make it $150 because right now there's only 100 of them out there when we know that there's probably 10,000 of them that are, you know, in existence? I mean, you can go on here, 2020 Tops, Boba lot. Look, you can buy 7 of them. 7 of them right here, raw. Here's another one. So there's 10. Oh, look, 18 of them. How about this? I mean, oh, that's opening day. My bad. That's opening day. Here's 8 more. The supply is there. The supply is there. It's stupid to me that card is selling for that high, and those people are going to get burned because once the pop goes up, the price goes down. Come on. Yeah, and I completely understand what you're saying, Greg. The supply is low. It just blows my mind that people are dumb enough, or crazy enough, I should say, to spend $135 to $150 on a card that is going to exist in 6-8 months, where you'll find them all day long. And maybe that's just where I don't understand it, because if I can go on to SGC right now and buy one that's a 10 for $44, why am I going... I could buy, let's see, $44. I could buy 3 of them for less than one PSA 10. Why would I put my money? into that. Yeah, that's why I say PSA numbers are fake. I mean, they're legitimate, but the prices are fake. I think BGS and SGC prices right now are more realistic to what the value of the cards are going to be. A Tatis at $70 in a PSA, that's fair all day long. The Bichette, it should drop down to about $50, which puts the SGC range at about $40 to $45. I think is completely fair on that card. Um, and that's why I wanted to discuss this. I said I shouldn't say dumb. If they want to spend their money on that, that's their business. Um, but what I'm saying is, instead of chasing those PSA prices in the SGC, I think I've came to realize, let's go with reality prices, because there's 5,500 Tatis, 7,800 total. I guarantee you Bo Bichette will hit approximately this number. And it's going to take time because, well, it could take 6 months for batches to get back to people. By that time, the next big thing will be out. Luis Robert will be playing, or whoever, and people will even forget about Bo Bichette. I just think it's crazy that the market dictates that kind of price thing, and it's made me rethink trying to move SGC cards instead of chasing these fake, or whatever you want to call it, the inflated PSA prices due to I mean, we all know there's going to be more than 100 Bo Bichette 10s. We know that. So I think right now, let's take advantage of this and let's give someone a nice card at a realistic price instead of making them chase that PSA. You know, I don't think it. I don't think the prices are going to hold. I think it'll settle at about $50, and then those that have paid 130 are going to be losing out. So that I wanted to show that one big time. Right, and then once that bubble pops, I think we're going to be. I think the PSAs will be right around what people are selling. It actually ticked me off because I just got an order back, and I'm seeing people, oh, they're $40 on a Bo Bichette, and I'm thinking, why are these people selling them for that? But then I've actually rethought my process. How about let's try to use Bo Bichette to move the market to SGC? Let people pay $130 on a PSA. There's probably more population of Bo Bichette in SGC right now than there is in PSA. So, yeah, we're selling them cheaper, but maybe this is the perfect opportunity to get people on to buying SGC. Maybe what we're actually doing is we're going to lower PSA's pop. And the people who must collect a PSA card, their numbers are going to stay inflated because there's going to be less available. But we got all of the pop on our side. Say there's 5,500 Tatises in a PSA 10. What if that number goes 3,500 SGC and only 2,000 to PSA? That's going to make people start to wonder, why in the hell did 1.5 times people go to SGC and grade their card? So that actually could be a way to push it back in. Nah, card. The Boba Fett is a bubble. No doubt about it. That price is a bubble. He's not two times the price of Fernando Tatis. There's no way in hell. Tatis is one of, if not the most talented player over the past couple years. That could be argued between Acuna, but if you look at Tatis's numbers from last year, if he had been able to play the full season, I seriously think he could have been competing with Acuna for that 40-40. The kid is an incredible talent. Um, so I do think that some of the prices right now are falsely inflated. I think at SGC, the selling market, we need to work with BGS. We need to leave the PSA prices alone. We know that their cards are getting slower to market. And I'm focusing more on the realistic pricing side. You know, if Tatis is $70, then okay, Bichette should be 40 to 50. That's reality. Don't look at what the current 2020 prices are because it's not going to hold. Look at the Project 2020, for example. I mean, that's a perfect example. Um, right, Greg. But that's my point. The price is inflated right now, and I do think it would drop. Amari, the SGC Pop Report is going live on June 1st. So that will be seen very soon. Basketball, it's crazy. But basketball is a different beast. They got a lot. Basketball gets a worldwide focus first off. Baseball isn't. They have like the Japanese market and stuff, but basketball literally is worldwide. Um, and you got to think basketball has way less players in the sport than baseball. You have all the prospects. I mean, you got thousands of prospects in the minors. Then you got the 25-man rosters on each team, which is like double what a basketball team is. You got the shoe deals. You got the marketing that basketball does. You know, all of that kind of stuff. Basketball is a different beast. Um, you got 5 men on the court at a time. So there's always one star, usually, at least on a team. Some teams have multiple stars. It's easier for people to keep up with them. They play half as many games as baseball, so people don't want to sit and struggle through a 162 game season. Um, it's really crazy. Jason Dominguez is speculation pricing. This I've gave this example to a few people. Buy Jason Dominguez at your own risk. And I will use Kevin Maitan as my example. I have preached this kid's name, and most of y'all say, who the hell is Kevin Maitan? Kevin Maitan was my pot of gold. I sold Kevin Maitan his one-on-one auto for $3,500. I'll show you who Kevin Maitan is. Here is his red. It's only at $158. Here's a green for $47. Here is a gold shimmer for $94. Here is his base in a 10 for $43. $25. I sold this kid's card in, I think it was August or October of 2017 for $3,500. Dominguez, again, is just like Kevin Maitan. Maitan was a very, very hyped, talented prospect. People thought he was going to be the next big thing. You see, he's in a Braves uniform. They bought him more than they were buying Acuna. The thing is, prospecting is only speculation. You got to remember, what is Dominguez, 17, 16, 17 years old? These kids come over, their body's still growing. They have to adjust to the growth. They go up from rookie ball to A ball to double A to triple A. They might be good in A ball, but when they get to double and triple, they might flop because they can't handle that talent. You got guys that you've never heard of become stars. You got guys that were top prospects that don't pan out. And that's why it's called prospecting. It's kind of like prospecting. People compare sports cards to the stock market. Prospecting is literally just like the stock market. You're investing in someone who potentially could be the next big thing. But Dominguez hasn't even stepped to the plate yet. It's like buying into a company that hasn't even opened their doors for business. You don't know if they're going to be a success or if they're going to be a failure. But you're taking the risk for potential. You're buying the potential. So remember, I'm not telling you not to buy him because the kid, he could become great. But until you know that, he could also be just another career minor leaguer. So that's why these people, that do the Bowman prospecting, it's a big risk for them. It's a gamble. It's really a gamble. I'll tell you, I go to a lot of minor league games, and I can tell you some of the prospects that they have on the top of the list, I don't see the talent that has them there. And that's another reason I don't get heavy into Bowman. There's a lot of money in Bowman, but you never know if it's going to pan out. You never know. Amari, I'll tell you the reason that Bowman is so popular now and why it comes out and is instantly a hot product. It's the same kind of deal as like Topps Update. It's Mike Trout. Everybody is chasing Mike Trout. They want the next Mike Trout. It's the same reason right now in basketball that it's gone crazy, because everybody knows LeBron is towards the end of his career and everybody's looking for the next LeBron. There's a lot of money flowing in sports cards because there's the nexts. In football, Mahomes has already showed his talent, but people are looking for the next Tom Brady. So that's why Bowman now, instantly when it comes out, it is a hot product. There is a lot of money involved in it, and it increases rapidly. And that's because of the Mike Trout, Mike Trout's first Bowman. That card is insanely priced. I think one just sold a red for $900,000. Vegas Dave, I think, let one of his reds go, and he sold it for $900,000. So, that's almost $1 million for one card. And everybody is looking for that next $1 million card. Is Dominguez that guy? Maybe. But we don't know that. And Bowman, you have to sit on Bowman for a couple years to find out if you got that next hot guy. Um, you might have a stud today and a dud tomorrow. You don't know. You could have a dud today and a stud tomorrow. You got to sit on Bowman. And, it's fun, but at the same time, you could lose a lot of money. And it's the same thing with basketball. Zion could be the next huge thing. He could take over as the ambassador of the league, or he could become the next Greg Oden. I mean, Greg Oden was supposed to be a huge talent. Didn't turn out. So, Amare, I really, really like you. As a Nats fan, I agree. I think Soto got robbed of Rookie of the Year, but that's just personal opinion. But Soto is a joy to watch. I think him and Acuna are going to have a very competitive career, especially if they stay in the same division. I think it's going to make baseball fun to watch for a long time. Card, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't tell you guys like names or anything like that, but I'm going to tell you, if y'all think basketball cards are crazy right now, wait till Bronny James enters the NBA. Wait till Bronny James enters the NBA and see what his prices do. Because I have a feeling that kid's cards are going to spurt a whole nother level beyond Zion. And I also have a feeling that Upper Deck will sign that kid up. So there's not going to be any autos. There's not going to be, that sort of thing. There's going to be base cards, just like Ben Simmons. And I think Bronny James, when he gets to the league, if y'all think Zion hype is crazy, just wait. Just wait. You're not going to find... LaMelo could be another one. But I think Bronny James, especially if he ends up on a team with his dad, I think Bronny James cards will be massive. I mean... what is that, 2 to 3 years from now, I think? You haven't moved that jaw yet? Man. I thought you had already sold that jaw. Yeah, does anybody know if LaMelo and Bronny are would they be in the same draft? Would we have a Carmelo LeBron 2.0 draft? Because I remember Carmelo and well, never mind, I'm talking LaMelo, not Carmelo. Yeah, I think Bronny does too, though. I'm just telling you, I'm more hyped for Bronny James to come out than Zion or Ja or any of them. I want to see Bronny. So LaMelo is this year. What about Dwayne Wade's boy? I heard Dwayne Wade has a kid too. That's pretty good. His son's pretty good too. Could we get him and Bronny in the same draft? That would be crazy too. I hope that Bronny and LeBron get to play together. I think it would be awesome for, you know, I don't know if LeBron could keep it up for another 4 years, but the man isn't human, so anything's possible. But I have heard Imani Bates is supposed to be good too. Yeah, I've heard Bates is supposed to be good too. I don't know. I'm just hyped for Bronny, and I think if we're having this massive If we're having this massive spike in the market right now, the next couple of years are going to be crazy. But where am I at on time, guys? All right, just over an hour. All right. You know, that could be interesting if Panini did like a Bowman type deal. But I don't know how they would go about that with the licensing and all that stuff, but it would be pretty cool. There's a D League and a G League. A lot of people didn't know that. I don't think Sean Kemp could have a kid that could jump like that man did. Good Lord, Kemp could jump out of the building. I don't know though. Some of these people today can jump too, but Sean Kemp was fun to watch. I thought they still had both leagues though, Card. I thought they had a D and a G. Agreed, Amari. I wish these stupid licensing things would go away. I miss tops and upper deck in basketball and football and all that, man. So the G League no longer exists and now it's the D. Okay. I thought they were still two separate leagues. Like A ball and double A ball and everything else. Alright, guys. I'm gonna have to hop off. It's 10 o'clock, so I gotta get my butt up in the morning and head back to work. But anyway, again, I just want to say, happy Memorial Day to everyone. Keep those that are out there on the front lines in your hearts and your minds, guys, and let's not forget about them, because without them, I don't know where we would be at today. But remember, if you guys want to try out SGC, I did post the code. You can go back in the video and find it. It's 10% off. It works. It is limited number of uses, so please, 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 try to use it only once. Let everybody have a chance to use it. Mumbles, that's up to you, man. That is up to you. Me and my wife, and then the first time my kids actually helped us open the boxes. But we like to open them and see what the grades are when they get here. It's no big deal because there's so many of them that I can't, if I... we have fun looking and seeing, but, yeah, I say wait for them. Let it be a surprise. Thank you, Central Valley. I hope everybody has a good night. Let's get through this week safe, healthy, and let's have a good week, guys. I'll definitely be hitting you up. I don't know, Greg. I have not bothered them. Because the more I bother them, the more I've taken away from their work. So I've just left them alone. I haven't had any need to bother them lately, so I haven't messaged them or anything. Save 10% off using SGC. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, until the next video, I'm out. And thank you all for getting on. I really do appreciate it, guys.